Hello everybody, I'm back. This is CRW from the Film Group. And today we're going to be covering the Arri 16S 16mm camera. And I'm not talking digital. I'm not talking mini DV. I'm talking about single perf. A single perf 16mm Kodak stock film. Now, you may be wondering, why am I going to cover such an old camera? Well, the reason why is, if you can't work with actual film stock, guess what? You don't know shit. Not saying that I know everything, which I don't, because I'll Google some shit or look in a book in a heartbeat. However, if you really want to hone your skills as a filmmaker, whether it be working with a lens, working with ISO, getting the best shots you can, knowing how to frame a shot, it's best to work with film stock. When you're working with a digital camera, there's a lot of cheating that goes on. And I think that even though with the digital camera you get an immediate result and you can do immediate editing, for you to truly know what it is to really develop yourself, you need to have film stock. Because if you don't have it right the first time, it costs a lot of money to get things developed, processed, and printed for you to see exactly what your finished product is. And I feel, and it's only me, that once you become really good at shooting on film stock, you'll be absolutely phenomenal when it comes down to digital. But that's not what we're here for. We're just going to go over a brief review of the Arri 16S. So as I was saying, the Arri 16S 16mm camera is a really versatile camera to use. I've used it on several different projects back in the early 90s, and currently I'm shooting two projects using this camera. As you can see, it's very sturdy, really easy to use. You couldn't find anything simpler. Very stylish, and it definitely gives you that Hollywood feel, especially when you're on set. Here in the front of the camera, you'll see this little area up here, this little brass. That's for you to put your matte box. Not with the larger lens, with the smaller lenses, you'll have enough area to use a matte box to block all the sun right there. You'll have the actual locking mechanism to keep the matte box from moving around. So here, as showed you earlier, we have the lens covers. To take off the lens cap, you just take these two, push them in. As you can see, they move really easily. Pull off the lens cover. There's a little hook right here that actually hooks into the lens, lets it seat very well, because you just push it in, and then of course the side will lock it in because there's some small areas around there. And to put everything back in, just push those in and seal it. Really easy, really simple. As I said before, you come up, make sure that your camera's not running, which you signify because that back button will be up. This button will be closer to the housing. This one will be up. And you just go reach up, grab this, turn it downward, and go ahead and pull off the feed tray cover. And here you have your feed reel, your take-up reel, your motor sprockets. Really easy. These are really easy to put in, take out. Here you have your sprocket area. They're made of metal. Try not to use the plastic ones because those can break real easy. Yeah, as you can see, it's really simple. Beautiful design, really rugged, really sturdy. Even with some of the plastic parts, I've banged this thing up a little bit, and it has just been a workhorse. The area that you see here, if you look where the sprockets are next to the main feed reel, you'll see like the small like arcing arrow. It'll let you see exactly how the film will feed through. You have your gate, which is forward of your sprocket area just below your feed reel. You can see this little button where the center of the reel is. You just push that in, pull it off, really easy. Here's your gate. Just slide that forward, opens up, feed your film through, and you should have no problem whatsoever. Here at the rear of the camera, you have several different small windows. The top one that you can kind of see up there, that gives you your frames per minute. Here we have a thumb rest where if you're running and gunning. This little area right here, you have your lever for releasing the motor. Your motor right here. You have your inching knob and here you have a better look at the motor, the inching knob, and your forward and reverse. Here's the motor. As you see, it has notches, and each knot will tell you your speed that your motor is running. Go clockwise, counterclockwise. You can get up to 60 frames per second. So, excuse me, hate having a cold. So you have your inching knob. As you can see, your VF for forward and back. Over here is your lever for releasing the motor. So it kind of gets difficult, but you just got to tease it a little bit. Once it's loose, you just reach in, kind of inch it out, and you pull out the motor. Slips out really easy. As you can see inside, you can kind of see where the wiring is. Now, if your motor burns out, you can always go to Visual Products. They sell new motors or refurbished motors. They don't really cost that much. Down on the bottom side, once I get my hand out the way, you can see the power cord area. For the motor, you just slip it back in. It seats real well. Go ahead and tighten it up, and you're good to go. Easy day. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, the Arri 16S 16mm non-sync, non-sound, single perf camera. You can look them up on eBay. They're really good to have. They're classics, really sturdy, hard-working cameras. They're really inexpensive, and you can get a really good picture. And as we finish our projects with it, I'll go ahead and post up some of our dailies and some of our footage so you can see the type of quality you get out of these cameras. Other than that, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like, even if you don't like. Have a good one.